It's the end of the 2021 MLB season, and the Atlanta Braves have won the World Series. With the young core in place, the Braves look like they could be a dynasty. This wouldn't be the case, as Atlanta would not make it to the NLCS for the next 4 seasons. This video goes over the regression and failures of the Atlanta Braves after the 2021 season. During the 2021 to 2022 offseason, the Braves would trade for Athletics first baseman Matt Olson. Olson would sign an 8-year, $168 million contract. This would signal the end of Freddie Freeman's time with Atlanta. Freeman would sign with the LA Dodgers. The Braves would also sign closer Kenley Jansen to a 1-year deal. Other than that, it was a relatively quiet offseason. During the 2022 regular season, Atlanta would win 101 games and clinch their 5th straight NL East title. They had the second best record in the National League. They had a batting ops plus at 109, which ranked 7th in Major League Baseball. They had strong years from third baseman Austin Riley, shortstop Dansby Swanson, first baseman Matt Olson, catchers Travis d'Arnaud and William Contreras, and outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. Rookie center fielder Michael Harris II would win NL Rookie of the Year. He had an ops plus at 133 and a WAR at 5.1. He was 21 years old, and the Braves looked like they had found another young star outfielder. In terms of their pitching, they ranked 4th in ERA+. Starting pitcher Max Fried would have an ERA+ at 166, a WAR of 6, and finished 2nd in NL Cy Young voting. Starting pitcher Kyle Wright would have an ERA+ at 128. Rookie starting pitcher Spencer Strider would have an ERA+ at 154 and finished 2nd in NL Rookie of the Year voting. They also had a strong bullpen, with several relievers having an ERA+ above 120. Closer Kenley Jansen would lead the National League with 41 saves. Atlanta looked like a complete team that could do serious damage in the postseason. The Braves would lose in the NLDS against the Phillies in 4 games. It was a disappointing series for all aspects of the team. The hitting went completely silent in the last 2 games, while the pitching gave up more than 7 runs in 3 of the 4 games. It was a poor performance against the Phillies team that had some momentum. During the 2022 to 2023 offseason, the Braves would acquire catcher Sean Murphy from the Athletics in a 3-team trade. It was another upgrade for the team. They would lose free agent shortstop Dansby Swanson, as he would sign with the Cubs. Atlanta would look internally to replace him. During the 2023 regular season, the Braves would win 104 games and clinch their 6th straight NL East title. They would have the best record in the National League. The team was led by their offense, as they had an ops plus of 126, which led all of baseball. They were led by NL MVP Ronald Acuna Jr. He had 41 home runs, an ops plus of 171, 73 stolen bases, and a WAR of 8.4. First baseman Matt Olson would lead the majors with 54 home runs and 139 RBIs. Designated hitter Marcell Ozuna would have 40 home runs, 100 RBIs, and an ops plus at 140. Third baseman Austin Riley would have 37 home runs and an ops plus at 130. Second baseman Ozzie Albies would have 33 home runs, 109 RBIs, and an ops plus at 126. Catcher Sean Murphy would have 21 home runs and an ops plus at 127. They would also get strong contributions from center fielder Michael Harris II, shortstop Orlando Arcia, and left fielder Eddie Rosario. Their lineup had a total of 6 All-Stars and 3 Silver Sluggers. 5 players would receive MVP votes. It was a historic lineup, as they tied the then all-time MLB record with 307 home runs. Their pitching was around league average, as they had an ERA plus of 106, which was 12th in all of baseball. Starting pitcher Spencer Strider would lead the majors with 281 strikeouts and had an ERA plus at 113. He would make it to the All-Star team and finish 2nd in NL Cy Young voting. Starting pitcher Bryce Elder would have an ERA plus at 114 and make it to the All-Star team. Starting pitcher Charlie Morton would have an ERA plus at 120. Their bullpen was solid, as they had 5 guys with 50 or more appearances and an ERA plus above 100. Closer Raisel Iglesias would have an ERA plus at 159 and have 33 saves. Atlanta looked like one of the favorites to win the World Series. The Braves would once again lose in the NLDS against the Phillies in 4 games. Their offense was inept, as they scored 2 runs a game during the entire series. The pitching was decent in 2 of the 3 losses that they had during the series. It was a complete letdown for the 2nd straight postseason. During the 2023 to 2024 offseason, the Braves would trade away infielder Vaughn Grissom in exchange for starting pitcher Chris Sale. This move looked to strengthen a good pitching rotation into a great one. During the 2024 regular season, the Braves would go at 89-73 and finish second place in the NL East. They would make the postseason as a wildcard team. Their offense would regress to league average as they had an ops plus of 100. Marcell Ozuna would be the best hitter on the team. He would hit 39 home runs and have an ops plus at 134. Matt Olson would have 29 home runs and have an ops plus of 118. Nobody else on the team was able to hit 20 or more home runs. The lineup also had a lot of injuries. Ronald Acuna Jr. would suffer a season-ending ACL injury during the end of May. Austin Riley would suffer a fractured hand, which would end his season. Ozzie Albies also suffered a fractured hand but was able to come back during the season. Catcher Sean Murphy would miss over a month with an oblique injury. The offense regressed due to player regression and injury. The pitching staff was great as they had an ERA plus at 120, which led all of baseball. Starting pitcher Chris Sale would lead the National League with 225 strikeouts and lead all of baseball with an ERA plus at 174. He would win the NL Cy Young. Max Fried would have an ERA plus at 128 and got selected to the All-Star game. Starting pitcher Reynaldo Lopez would have an ERA plus at 208 in 25 starts, earning him an All-Star selection. It was a great rotation in spite of the season-ending injury to Spencer Strider at the beginning of the season. The bullpen was also solid as well. Once again, they had 5 relievers who had 50 or more appearances with an ERA plus above 110. Closer Raisel Iglesias had 34 saves and an ERA plus at 214. Heading into the postseason, the Braves would need to get a better performance from their offense if they wanted to make any kind of run. As expected, Atlanta would get swept by the Padres in the wildcard series. They would get shut out during the first game of the series. Then, in the second game of the series, Max Fried would give up 5 runs in 2 innings, which the offense could not overcome. It was a disappointing ending, but making it this far given the injuries was impressive. During the 2024 to 2025 offseason, the Braves would let go of free agents Max Fried, Charlie Morton, AJ Minter, and Travis d'Arnaud. Their main signing would be outfielder Jurickson Profar for 3 years, $42 million. They would give small contracts to outfielders Brian De La Cruz and Alex Verdugo. During the 2025 regular season, Atlanta would go 76-86, missing the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. The offense was around league average as they had an ops plus of 102. Matt Olson hit 29 home runs and had an ops plus of 138. He had a WAR of 6. Ronald Acuna Jr. had an injury-plagued season but managed to hit 21 home runs in 95 games. He had an ops plus of 163. They would have decent seasons from Marcell Ozuna, Austin Riley, and Jurickson Profar. Their most encouraging player was rookie catcher Drake Baldwin. He hit 19 home runs and had an ops plus at 138. He won Rookie of the Year in the National League. The pitching wasn't good as they had an ERA plus at 96. They suffered lots of injuries which they weren't able to overcome. Chris Sale was by far their best pitcher as he had an ERA plus of 161, but he was only able to make 20 starts. While Spencer Strider was able to return this season, he wasn't the same as before as he had an ERA plus at 93. The bullpen would also regress as well. After the season was over, manager Brian Snitker would step down and retire. He would take an advisory role with the team. During the 2025 to 2026 offseason, the Braves would promote longtime bench coach Walt Wise to manager. They would sign free agent reliever Robert Suarez, center fielder Mike Yastrzemski, and shortstop Ha-Sung Kim. They would re-sign Raisel Iglesias. In addition to these moves, they would add more bullpen depth. The Braves have a really important season in 2026. If they miss the postseason again, they might consider retooling and moving some of their core pieces. Some of their core pieces have regressed over the years, and they should not be afraid to move them for better players. The expectation for this team is to try to make it to the postseason. It will be very tough to compete for the NL East division as the Mets and Phillies are very talented. Elsewhere in the National League, the Dodgers, Brewers, Cubs, and Padres will also be tough to compete with. This era of Braves baseball from 2018 to the present day is still a success as they have won a World Series. There's a feeling of disappointment as they had great teams that put up lackluster performances in the postseason. It feels like the championship window for this era is closing, which makes 2026 very important.